What's going on, everybody? Hopefully, you're doing well and are ready for another NFL season because the games are coming quick, less than 2 weeks, and the games will actually start to mean something. And that's why I'm here doing this podcast and/or video, whichever way you're consuming this. But I'm going to give you my predictions for the upcoming season, starting with the AFC East, my personal favorite division. And that's, of course, because of the Patriots. But they're no longer the highlight of this division like they were for most of my life, to be honest with you. No, that's the Bills. And I don't hold any animosity to that after seeing years and years of them just being a joke and getting beat around by the Patriots. It's hard to be mad at them. And they have a lot of good young talent, a stud quarterback, and they're fun to watch. So I don't hold any grudges. But I'm going to start with them for my predictions. And I got them coming in. They're going to be a highlight of this year. I don't think they're the top tiers. They're not S tier, but they're a strong A tier in my opinion. I think they can go 13-4. That's my honest prediction on them. I'll go through a little bit of their highlight games they have this year. Right off the rip, they have the Rams. I think that's a win. The Rams are coming off that Super Bowl. They're going to be a little hungover. So right off the rip, I'm going to say they get a big win against the Rams. Titans, of course, it's a win. Dolphins, it'll be a tough game, but I got the Rams. I got the Bills. Then after that, they have the Ravens, Steelers, and those are both wins in my opinion. And here comes their first loss, and that's against the Chiefs on October 16th. They're going to pick up their first loss right there. And then they're going to continue their losing ways against Green Bay. But then they'll get back on track and they'll beat the Jets, the Vikings, the Browns, Detroit, but then they go and face my Patriots. And they're going to pick up another loss. Of course, I'm going to pick the Patriots to win. But then they'll pick it up with 3 more wins over the Jets, Dolphins, and Bears, lose to the Bengals, and beat my Patriots for the last game of the year. And I think this team is, of course, the number 1 team in this division. They have the best talent. They have the most experience right now. And they're a lot of fun to watch. Their really only competition is the Patriots and a little bit from Miami, but those two teams are very green, and who knows what's going on with them. Unless something crazy happens and they just blow everyone out of the water, which I don't see that happening, and I think you're nuts if you do. The Bills are going to be number 1 of this division pretty easily. And I'm not even going to mention the Jets because they're the drama queens of the NFL. Then up next, we have my Patriots. Yeah, the Patriots. They're definitely hurting not having Brady, but I think they'll be okay. They'll make the playoffs again. They're going to be 11-6, and they're going to be second in this division, right behind Buffalo. Like I was saying, it's going to be really, really hard to beat Buffalo, and it's just not going to happen. And their schedule looks like this. It's going to be a win against Miami, win against the Steelers, loss against the Ravens. That's going to be their first loss. It's going to go pretty quick in week 3. But the Ravens are just a better team. Could they win? I definitely could see them having the talent and the coaching to beat the Ravens, but I just don't think it's going to happen. So I'm going to take my safe pick and go against my team. And then they're going to get another loss against the Packers. Not going to pick the Patriots over the Packers, at least not in this current year, 2022. But then they're going to get a win against the Lions, win against the Browns, another loss to the Vikings, and then, of course, they're going to win against the Jets. It's the Jets, the drama queen of the NFL. Then it's going to be a tough win against the Colts, a win against the drama queens, another win against the Vikings, a really, really tough and statement win over the Bills, followed up with a devastating loss to the Cardinals. And then they're going to lose again to the Raiders. But then they're going to get a win over the Bengals, the Dolphins, and then they'll round out the year with a loss to the Bills and still make the playoffs with a respectable 11-6. What I'm really looking for out of this team this year as a fan is the progression of Mac Jones and how the coaching staff is going to handle life without Brady. I know we're going into the 3rd year without him, but there's still a lot missing, and you can tell they just don't have that talent. So this is really a prove-it year to me for this coaching staff and Bill Belichick. I know he's the greatest of all time, blah, blah, blah. But without Brady, they've kind of been exposed. So this is the year to kind of shut everybody up if you're going to do that. And same with Mac Jones. Is he going to be the quarterback of the future, or is he just going to be another guy that they're going to have to ditch in order to progress? But after them, we have kind of the ugly duckling, in my opinion. At least that's the way I've always looked at them in this division. We have the Dolphins. And, man, a lot of people are picking them to do really well this year. I just don't see it. I mean, everyone always says that, oh, this is the year the Dolphins put it together, and they never do. And I'm going to stick with that. Now, despite them always beating the Patriots somehow, they've done it forever, even with Brady, without Brady. But this year, that curse and that streak is going to be lifted. They are going to lose to them in the first game and every game they play. But they have a very favorable schedule, at least in my opinion, when I'm looking at it. They start off with a loss to the Patriots, but after that, I do think they're going to get a win over the Ravens, loss to the Bills, of course, loss to the Bengals, and then they're going to beat the Drama Queens, beat the Vikings, beat the Steelers, loss to Detroit. I don't know how they're going to lose that game, but I just have a feeling they're going to lose that game. Followed up with another loss to the Bears and the Browns, and then from there, it's kind of an uphill trajectory. You're going to have a win against the Texans, loss against the 49ers. I can see that game going either way. Win against the Chargers. Yeah, they're going to win against the Chargers. And the Chargers are my pick to win the whole thing this year. It's just the way it's going to happen. They're gonna have tough losses against Miami. But after that, they're also going to get a loss against the Bills, a win against the Packers. They're going to have a lot of tough wins over tough teams, but they're just not going to be good enough to sustain it all year long. Another loss against the Patriots, another win against the Drama Queens, and they're going to round out the year 8-7. They could actually probably be better than the Pats with their schedule, but then again, a lot of the teams, actually pretty much all the teams that the Patriots are playing, the Dolphins are playing. So I can see the Patriots capitalizing on it and being better coached than the Dolphins are. That's kind of always been the case with these teams. Man, just the Dolphins they're good, they're just not good enough. So they finished the year 8-9, barely under 500, and missing the playoffs. And after the Dolphins, we have quite possibly the most entertaining train wreck to watch in all of sports. The Drama Queens. Everyone knows the show is off the field, not on the field, when it comes to the New York Jets. And their schedule, as follows, is going to be a loss to the Ravens, a win against the Browns, a loss to the Bengals, loss to the Steelers, loss to Miami, loss to Green Bay, loss to the Broncos, and yes, a loss against my Patriots. Then followed up by yet another loss to the Bills, and then a loss to the Patriots again. Finally, they get a win against the Bears. The Bears. Yes, the Bears, breaking the Jets' 8-game losing streak by allowing them to win on a field goal in crunch time. But fear not, Jets fans. You will follow up your streak with another loss against the Vikings, and then another loss against the Bills. And then a win against Detroit. Man, I can't wait to watch this game. This might be the worst game all year long, and I can't wait for it. And you'll actually have a winning streak here. You're going to beat the Jaguars. This is also a game for contention for worst game of the year. Ain't that saying something? But wait, there's more. You play the Seahawks after that, which quite possibly could be another worst game contender. Man, those 3 weeks are just going to be some horrible football for this franchise. Well, let's be honest, every week is horrible football for this franchise. I'm going to say that I'm going to say Seattle wins. They've got a good receiving core, so if they can figure anything out on the quarterback side, they're going to destroy the Jets. And the Jets might just lose on purpose. It's just what they do. They try to find ways to lose. And for their last game of the year, they're playing the Dolphins. And if you haven't guessed it yet, they're going to lose. Yeah, that's right. They're going to lose. And they're going to have a horrible year. But Jets fans wouldn't have it any other way. They absolutely love the drama and the thrill of having the laughingstock of the NFL. They'll finish the year 4-13, picking up some horrible losses and some head-scratching wins. But all in all, it'll be fun and entertaining to watch, which is what we all love to see. So yeah, that's my predictions for the AFC East. You know, the Bills clear-cut number 1, some gray in the middle with the Pats and the Dolphins, but I'm pretty sure and confident, and Lord, I hope so, that the Pats are better than the Dolphins. And then you have the laughingstock, the drama queens, the funniest train wreck in all of sports, the New York Jets. But those are my predictions. Let me know what yours are. What team are you rooting for or rooting against in this division? Who do you think is going to be the best? I didn't go into players and moves and transactions in this video. It's just too much to talk about. If you want to know about the individual teams, there's so many YouTubers that cover individual teams and they all break them down one by one. If you really want to do a deep dive, this is just a quick, my opinion, my projection of this division. Let me know what you think in the comments, and as always, take it easy.